Welcome back to another episode. Last one y nos vamos, mi gente.
Welcome back, welcome back.
Mi nombre es Lenchito Lorencito. You can follow me at Last One y Nos Vamos or Ruthless Clothing.
Oh, we doing this in Spanish. Y mi nombre es Margarita. Me pueden encontrar en TikTok y en el Instagram como Your Favorite Margarita.
Okay, that was in Spanish, but you gave out your following. Not your following, your what?
My socials, my social security.
Okay, your social security.
If you want my social security, comment down below.
Ay, es gratis. Okay, well, yeah, actually, happy 4th of July.
Yes. It's going to drop on 4th of July.
4th of July, yes. Hey. We're here live on 4th of July. These get live.
That's when we got independence.
Yes, and let's not forget that, one family member or a lot of family members had to sacrifice something for us to be here.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. With that being said, with sacrificing, we didn't sacrifice, but we kind of had a challenge in our hands. And I know you were a little iffy about it, but it was done.
What was that?
The England Empire helped out San Diego people out a little bit.
We did?
Meaning that if you guys haven't seen it, go look at our blog. We were able to give a ticket out for Fuerza Regida. And that's why I'm saying that IE made somebody happy
in
during
San Diego.
That day. Yeah.
In San Diego. Okay. I love that. You know what? Like I said, I do want to do it again. So yeah, watch the vlog, guys. Yeah. Like, comment. We've been getting like a couple of views. The other day I saw that we had a little bit of views, but now we got a couple more. So check it out, guys. Check it out. It's really, and that way you guys know exactly what Lenchito's talking about. But I don't know if you're going to get right into it, but
yeah, basically we know. I think we have to be an open mind and say that any task is a hard task. It doesn't matter if it's 9 to 5. It doesn't matter if you're trying to be an influencer. It just doesn't matter. A task is hard to do sometimes.
Yes.
Okay. So in this case, we're kind of going to go about it a little bit. Not too in depth, but we're going to go about it.
Just to explain the background and everything that went on.
Yeah, so we were running a little late. We got there. We had this plan already just because, unfortunately, Miguelón couldn't make it. I tried to sell his ticket. It wasn't going to happen because it was 3 hours before the actual concert, so I wasn't able to do that. And I told Miguelón, hey, I think I'm not going to be able to sell your ticket. He was like, hey, that's fine. So in the process of us leaving to the concert, I told Margarita, hey, what a great idea. Yes, it's for video, but at the end of the day, it was like video or lose a ticket and make somebody happy.
Yeah.
That was at the end result that we wanted. Yes, obviously we made a video, but like I said, the IE helped San Diego out a little bit to make somebody happy. And that was the goal.
Diego. Yeah.
Yes, that was the goal at the end of the day. Okay, so we were running a little late. We get there. At this time, and I need to stop saying I'm sorry, guys. At this time, we get there and we see the stadium. We're walking to the stadium. We see a couple vendors, and at the same time, we see at least 30 people playing on this field, right?
The soccer field.
Yeah, one of the fields. They kind of divided it to like 3 tournaments almost, correct? So there was around 30 people.
Yeah.
We're getting there and we're about to enter and we still got frozen and said like, are we really going to do this?
I was nervous. Like I really wanted to do it. I really, really wanted to do it, but I just got nervous because it was the first time we ever did something like that.
And the task was hard.
Yes, it was. Sorry, go ahead. I'm over here taking your story.
No, you're fine. No, it's both of our stories, but you're going to fill it in. So for me, I had the idea. So I think for myself, I was thinking of like, I have to be the first one to actually find someone. It wasn't fair for you to be the first one and find somebody because it wasn't about you're taking my idea or anything like that. It was because we had the pressure of like, damn, it's our first time doing this. And, just to kind of shake up ourselves and be like, okay, just let's do it. But we never done it, so we never got the feeling of it. So that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who did it first or who took the spotlight.
Yeah.
So I did it first. And if you guys see on the video, we go up, finally we find our our person, we go up to the vendor and he's trying to get a shirt. But honestly, guys, the vendor was the first person we asked.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah, I do have somebody as my girlfriend, but she's like on the other side of the stadium, or like maybe the stadium or the block, right? Yeah. It was like a couple blocks. He calls her and he tells her about it. Maybe she was just trying to be a good wife, good girlfriend, and she didn't want to leave him alone selling the product, or she didn't feel comfortable for one. We don't know, but we told him, hey, like, honestly, we're just trying to get somebody in. Yes, you're going to have to be in a video just because we want to, like, honestly, more like a gesture for Miguelón, like, hey, Miguelón, you're
like, look what you did with your ticket.
Exactly.
Even though you were able to go.
Share that with him. So we told him, hey, look, we're not trying to lie or anything. Yes, you're going to be in the video for that reason. So he's okay, let me call her. Fortunately, it didn't happen. So now it was Margarita's turn. And I kind of did it in a pushy way. Yes. Because I know she wasn't really feeling it. And
I was.
Well, you were, but you were nervous. So you were like, no, you do it. No, I do it. No, you do it. So I was like, no, like, okay. I think the second best persons to do it was the soccer field, just because we were like, it's not a racist thing, but it was like, okay, maybe somebody in the soccer field knows Fuerza Regida, and it makes it easier for us to find somebody to actually go to the concert.
Not that. It was more because those were the only, everybody else that was around there was because they already had tickets and they were going to be going to the concert. The only people that weren't going to the concert, I guess, were the vendors and then the people playing soccer.
Yes, but there was different races.
Yes,
that's what I was trying to say. Yes,
there was some black races. People too. I don't think they were. Maybe they were black.
They were actually playing music, and if you go back to the blog, you hear that music, and you'll hear when he's actually talking to Abraham. Yeah, like it sounds like bad, but that's because the music was on, and it was the other set of players that were playing that music.
Yeah,
so that's why I said that.
Yeah. But point is, like, I was freaking nervous, and I'm glad I got to do it. Yes, of course, we had to. I messed up a couple times because I was really nervous. So right in front of everybody else, and I. Once I was editing the video, or maybe, no, I did notice that in that moment.
You noticed it when we were actually filming too. No, but.
Yes, I noticed that I messed up because I was like, okay, sorry, let me say that again. But then I soon realized that the friends were recording. So they probably caught that. I don't know if you caught that, but they were recording. And I'm sure they picked up sorry, let me try it again.
No, and again, they were nervous as well. Like, it was like a shocker for them. It was almost like, what the hell? We just came to play soccer. We never thought somebody was going to come over and ask us if we want to go to Fuerza Regida. So from those, let's say 15 people to 10 people, there was only 2 people that actually were willing to be in camera and be like, yes, I'll go to the Fuerza Regida concert. Yeah. So again, from you being nervous, these people were being nervous. They were in shock. They were recording us. They were recording him. Again, everybody was almost like in the same field and was like happy, like, oh, damn, he's going to a free concert, without unexpected. So that's why I just wanted to bring it up, because I have heard lately, like, oh, a 9 to 5, influencer. It's 2 different things, but obviously it's a task that we have to do as an individual sometimes. It doesn't matter what it is, and it does become hard sometimes. Yeah.
It just, I guess the biggest thing is like construction workers and stuff like that. Like, that's hard work. But every single job has their different stresses, like stress is stress. And yes, there might be stress at different levels, but you still go through stress. You still have to go through all of these. You have to push yourself to.
Everybody as an individual has different stress levels.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you and me, again, obviously I was pushed a little harder because I brought the idea. So I was like, I know I have to go first.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome. You guys, again, guys, go look at the video. We didn't make the blog to be like, oh, we just we were able to take Fuerza Regida. Yes, we were able to, but again, we wanted him to enjoy. I feel like you were a big part of this part of making Abraham to be just happy for him to enjoy the concert. You brought it up to be like, hey, like, look, yes, you're on camera, yeah, and but we still want you to have a good time and not feel like, oh, you have to pay us up by being in camera almost.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. No, I see what you mean. Again, this is the first time that we're uncomfortable. Most likely he was comfortable. So even off camera, I was still trying to make some conversation with him so that, you know, we can kind of get to know each other so that it's not so awkward, you know, because it was, you know, strangers. We're complete strangers. I don't know. Maybe he took a chance by going with us. And, you know, I appreciate him trusting us.
No, he took a chance going with us, but he took a chance on him own self. And I feel like this was a big part of his, you know, future, because obviously he's 18 and this is like a big chance when we're in a comfortable place to be like, I'm going to take the risk, even though we feel like, damn, we're not capable of actually filling up the position or like be like, oh, I don't deserve this.
Yeah.
So he did that. And I'm saying this as well, like maybe some of you guys were like, oh, you guys are trying to give him a fake shirt, you know, on the outside with that vendor that I'm saying. But for my side, like, yes, we offer the maybe fake shirt, but it was for me like a way to make him more comfortable. I was going on that. Like I was like, okay, yes, he obviously was playing soccer.
Yeah.
He brought that up.
Sweating.
He brought that up. He was like, hey, like, damn, I just barely like, you know, played soccer. And
I'm probably all hesitating.
Stinky. Yeah, he was like, I'm probably all smelly. And we were like, bro, like, don't worry about it. Like for us, we're not gonna like tell you anything or we're not gonna judge you. We just want for you to come. We don't want this ticket to go to waste. And that's why on that vendor, like it was cool that we told him, for me, like, hey, you want to pick something from here? Maybe he wants to put it on before going in there. And that was one of the main reasons why I was like, okay, let's let him choose. If he wants to pick it from here, maybe he'll be more comfortable going in there.
Yeah.
But then you brought it to his attention. Hey, if not, then we can go buy something in there. So from there, I was like, all right, he's comfortable. He doesn't care of the whole judgment situation. Now he's like willing to like, damn, I'm going to the Fuerza Regida concert and I'm going to enjoy it.
I'm getting money. So, I mean, I get it. We were just trying to make him feel as comfortable as possible because, like I said, it was a weird situation, but you know, in a sense, it was good, and it felt really good. It was it felt really good to do it. So, who are we hooking up next?
Well, hopefully, we're able to do this more often. You know, and yes, it's not about, you know, being in the video. The most important, and again, if you feel that way, I think it's because you want to do it and maybe somebody feel happy on this type of situation.
And I think instead of having them sit with us, I think I would just get it like maybe in another place. You know, that way they can be by themselves, like whoever it is that they go with. Or how do you feel like them sitting with us or sentándose, like you choosing like somewhere else?
I think at that time people would just be
like they wouldn't care.
Yeah, just like him. Like he took it. He was like, oh shit, like it's happening, you know, I'm going for it. And that's what I'm saying. I think this is actually gonna help him for his future. Like he's gonna be able to make these decisions now. Like, fuck, I did it before, like something good happened, you know, for me. Now I know that I have to take this chance.
But don't just trust anyone. Like we can't have a trust anybody.
But again, that's the choices you sometimes have to take in life.
Like some risk, meaning like that's a risk that he ended up taking. Yeah. So I mean, like he said that he was going to school. And I don't think I mentioned what his major is, but he wants to go for mechanical engineer.
Okay.
Yeah. So he said something about testing, some technology, a lot of like big technological words. I was just like,
And that was cool, you know, that he was 18, he just graduated, and like me again, Miguelón just graduated. So I was like, damn, like, you know, you were meant to be.
Yeah. So shout out Abraham. I don't know if you'll ever watch this, pero que le siga. And off camera I was like, oh, you know, sigue estudiando, like échale ganas. I can't remember what I was saying, but I was just like, hey, you got it.
Yeah,
you do it.
And again, we did see him. He did sit next to us, and it seemed like he had a great time.
Yeah.
Like he was the one that stand up the whole concert. I unfortunately had to sit down porque ya estaba medio viejito y lencando. So I sat down, but he was like recording most of the time and having fun.
Didn't you get his number because you sent him something?
I did get his number because he we let him.
Ticket.
Yeah, we let him just go on his own, and I was like, I'm just gonna send you the ticket just in case they ask you for it.
Yeah, and by the way, just in case if you guys don't watch the video, because I had asked him, like, as I was trying to get to know him, I was like, hey, do you know anybody else that that's coming here? He was like, oh yeah, my friends are here. So I was like, oh well, you know what? If you're like, I pretty much just told him like, you're welcome to go with your friends. Like, you don't have to stay with us.
Yeah.
Because it is, yes, we're trying to get to know each other, but it still can possibly be awkward. But he still enjoyed himself.
Yeah, he actually was on the seat before us.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, maybe he wasn't able to sit with his friends because it was pretty crammed. So he ended up sitting next to us.
Show,
yeah, and I didn't record him. I didn't record him anymore because I didn't want it to be like the camera all up on his face.
Yeah,
maybe he would have been okay with it or not. But I think it was already enough for me to be, putting the camera in front of him.
No, but I told him at the end when the concert was done, I don't think you saw me, but I was like, oh man, nice to meet you. I hope you have fun, and échale ganas. And he was like, oh, thank you. Thank you for this. And then, when we left.
Yeah.
But again, he was like happy that he got to experience it.
And good thinking with the money because like, afterwards, like, me puse a pensar, ya después pensé, and I was just like, oh, like, what if he didn't bring any money with him? What if, I don't know, because I don't know if he's working or not, but he just had graduated from high school. I don't know, maybe he was working, but maybe he didn't have any money with him
For me, it was more as well. Like, I just wanted him to be comfortable and not to worry. Like, if I'm thirsty, like, I don't have nothing, I'm not eligible to buy something.
Yeah.
And again, he was 18, so obviously we couldn't be like, hey, you want a drink? Yeah. So it was more like, here's some money instead. If you're thirsty, if you're hungry, or you want to grab something, go for it and feel comfortable,
Yeah, it was a good time. I would definitely do it again. Pues ya que estamos hablando de conciertos and that we went to the Fuerza Regida concert, your late prima got a star in Hollywood.
My late prima?
Your late prima?
What you mean?
Yeah, Jenni Rivera.
I don't think it's a late prima.
Late meaning somebody who has passed. You say like your late grandfather, your late father.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's what they say, like late father, or I don't know the other way that you can say it, but yeah, it's usually your late, whoever it is.
Okay, well, I do feel like she's very close to me. I've said this before. One of my sisters actually was a real estate, and if you guys know or don't know, Jenni Rivera had her own real estate company.
Oh, that's right.
And they will call our house and be like, hey, is this Jenni Rivera's real estate?
What?
Yeah.
What? I did not know that.
Yes, I've said it before on a podcast.
You did? Okay. That's how. It's not that I don't pay attention. It's because se me va la onda or my memory just like,
No, I know what you're saying. That's what my
Oh, I thought you were saying No, porque ya me conoces. Ya me dices algo and I'm just like, oh, yeah, and then later on, it's just like, what? You said that? What? No way. But yeah, she got her star. She finally got her star. Her kids were there. Her family was there too. I know, I think I kind of told you, and you're like, oh, I didn't see the dad there. But yeah, her dad was there. Her mom was there. Rosie was there, and Lupillo, and then some other brother. I think it's the junior,
Gustavo.
no? Gustavo? It was Gustavo? Oh, okay. But the only one that wasn't there was Juan Rivera.
Yeah, unfortunately. I guess some
family
situations
drama
still going on.
Yeah, no. And the thing is just like, I guess, okay, so that's pretty cool, right? Like, I'm glad that they got to do that. So I didn't know, and maybe this is a common practice when somebody gets a star, her kids cut off a piece of their hair and put it in a Ziploc bag. And they ended up putting it in the, before they ended up molding the whole star, they ended up digging up a hole, and then they put the Ziploc bag with the hair inside. They put the hair underneath the cement. Yeah, they put the hair underneath the cement. And of course, pues taparon y todo.
So it's a thing, or they just did that for the own star of Jenni Rivera?
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know if it's a thing. That's why I was asking her, like, is it a thing? Like, I don't know if it's a common thing that they do, but her kids ended up doing that. Like, they ended up, they ended up digging up a hole. They ended up putting everything, whatever process it is that they take. And they ended up doing that. So
I'm not too sure because I've never really seen the whole star ceremony like from that point. I've always seen that the star's already put and they just like lift up, the cover from it.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they're the first ones that actually did that.
Maybe. I don't know. But I was thinking too, like, how there's freaking weird people out there, and like
don't be calling my family weird now.
No, not that. Not like that. I'm talking about other people outside of, outside the Rivera family. Because how like the Trump star, they ended up breaking it.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember. Yeah. So I'm like, what if there's some weird people out there and they break the star and try to get the hair out of there, know?
Let's clip this out because no voy a hacer que lo hagan. No, because honestly, I didn't see that part.
No.
So it was like, you're bringing this news out. So I don't know if anybody else saw this. So it could be that que pase.
Yeah, no, there is a video.
Okay.
No, but I should have saved it, but I just thought, I was like, oh, this is interesting because, as soon as if you watch a video for like a certain amount of time, you start seeing other videos related to that.
I think yesterday or like one of these days you were on TikTok and I heard something like out from the distance from your phone saying like,
Chismoso.
Are you a Rivera? Like, is your name like talking about their daughters or sons? They were like, are you consider yourself a Rivera?
Oh, yes.
Dang,
okay,
that's crazy now.
Okay,
look, I didn't know about the hair thing, and now that question and them putting their hair inside the cement with the star going underneath. That is kind of crazy.
Wait, why is it crazy?
Especially because that question being brought up. Like, obviously, it says Jenni Rivera, but hey, you're her daughter. Do you consider yourself as Rivera after that whole process was done?
Well, I mean, okay, so technically, if you usually take your father's last name, right? But I don't know. And maybe they do because because some people were saying like, oh, because it's her mom, so you are automatic. You still take their last name. Some people take that the mother's maiden name hyphenated. So like, I
guess I'm looking at it more as like, what if they would say? I don't know what they said, right? And obviously,
so I'll tell you.
Hold on.
No.
Let me say this because it's like, okay, I don't know what they say. They say yes, they're Riveras, or they're not. But let's say they didn't like just out of the blue. Let's say they didn't, okay? So meaning like them putting their hair underneath the star is almost like they're planting
their
tree. Yeah, like planting the family tree. Like their family starts now. Their family tree is starting now if they don't consider themselves as a Rivera.
I don't know. I don't know what the whole background thing is about.
No, but I'm just saying that's kind of, it could be a thing, right? Like for them to be like, hey, let's go ahead and
like it symbolizes something. Yeah.
Like it symbolizes we're starting our family tree now.
Like it's like a new beginning for them. Yeah. Okay. I see that. I can see that. But see, for context, as far as, the whole, are they Riveras or not? So Doña Rosa, Jenni Rivera's mom, she was on live. So she was on live and she was, she was showing the whole thing. And when they called the kids, they said the Rivera family or something like that. So as the kids were walking up or whatever, the grandma, she said, "Son Riveras?" Like, are they Riveras? But kind of like in a mocking way. And she was kind of like laughing. And, some people that were around her were kind of laughing too.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Maybe. So, I just don't see a grandma doing all that. For me, my own eyes. I just don't see a grandma doing that.
It was her because you know her
I'm just
voice.
saying a grandma, like a grandma, a grandparent. I don't really see them going that far and doing all that in my eyes. Now, if you're saying this happened, that's crazy. Because then my theory that I'm saying about them planting a tree seems to be correct.
That's the thing, because we didn't have petty grandparents, at least from what we know, right? We didn't have petty grandparents.
Petty, huh?
It is. I mean, again, we don't know the whole background of everything that's going on with them right now. Obviously, clearly their family is divided right now. Like the kids are, they're like, you know what, screw you guys, whatever happened, because there's been allegations that's been going on. That's all we know, right? Lo que sabe el público. And then the grandma, the grandma and her kids, and everybody's pretty much just están separados.
Yeah.
So who knows what the heck happened, and clearly there's still beef. And another thing, I'm like, this is starting to sound like a chisme channel right now. Another thing, cuando llegaron, I don't know if like some of the siblings, like Jenni's siblings, are not on good terms. But I know for sure, like Chiquis and some of like su tía Rosy. So Rosie, she went up to Chiquis and she hugged her, but you can tell that Chiquis was kind of like
a surprise,
like, whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, why are you doing this in public?
Yes. And she didn't welcome that hug, but it was more, it's just like, all right, well, you're already here. We're in public. I'm not about to, make a scene at such a special moment. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like Rosie should have gone up to her? Like if you were, maybe bumping heads with something that you guys weren't, seeing eye to eye at the moment. How would you feel about that?
That's just a question that obviously I cannot answer because I'm not that person on the other side. Now, obviously, like Chiquis, I think I'm being on this side with Chiquis because I wouldn't expect that from this person. Again, if they're trying to do it in a good intention or bad intention, that's really their own selves. For me, it's like, it's unexpected.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I feel like there's like clearly there's something going on, may God los una and one day they come together. But I get it. I guess I can answer that question, right?
I don't know. Maybe? Do you want to answer the question?
Okay, because I get it. Because if you're not on good terms with someone, yes, you want to eventually maybe one day make things up. But at the moment, do not make it seem like, I don't know, like I guess I don't know how to answer the question.
They're a whole different, like they're in a whole different place than a regular person or a regular family. So maybe that's why you're able to talk like in a regular family standpoint. But for them, like obviously cameras are gonna be around. So maybe Chiquis was just like maybe caught it as a surprise and she didn't want to make a big deal because again, it was her mom's.
It was a really special moment.
Yes, it was a special moment.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe, it could have been like, like, why are you taking this opportunity to do all this?
Yeah. Like, was she trying to provoke something? Or is she actually, I'm the queen of benefit of the doubt. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt that maybe she was just taking that moment to, maybe this hug, you remember how you were saying, maybe all you
this is the only moment you've seen her for a really long time.
And then maybe like this hug, like you said with Bradley Martin, maybe this hug was just going to seal things and,
I'm still here, like whenever you need something or I'm able to provide something as like a comfort, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they've all gone through stuff. But from the movie, La Lo Que Se Oye or whatever, the movie or the whatever it is, but they've all gone through, very serious stuff in their lives. At the end of the day,
they lost somebody special in their life.
Yeah, along with that, and like there's other things that went along. So I'm pretty sure, there has to be some sort of like connection there. But again, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. We don't really know the full story. It's always going to be like a he said, she said in the media. But, I just thought...
and unfortunately, this has to do all with what?
Money.
The moolah, yeah.
The money makes, people do really bad stuff. But yeah, I just the whole grandma thing, I just thought that was, very petty, very immature of her to do. Because especially since you're the grandma, it's a very special moment. You're live, or maybe she forgot she was live. But
and the background.
And the whole, like there's
her
just
background with the whole Don Pedro Rivera too.
Yeah.
The whole allegations they have brought up. Like, she shouldn't be done that. Like, she kind of lived that as well. Like, does she want to call herself a Rivera?
Yeah. That's the whole thing too. So, I mean, I don't know. It was just sad, but I'm glad it wasn't ruined. Right, you know, I'm glad nothing really bad happened, because it's a really big thing for somebody to get a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So, shout out to your late cousin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad, that she was able to get that.
Yeah.
Better now than later, or now than ever.
Yeah. How many years? Like, it's already been, since 2009, right?
10 to 12, I think.
10 to 12 years. I wonder, like, what is it that you have to get? Or
maybe I'm
wrong, I'm not going to get all into it.
It's been a while already. And obviously it did take a little long.
Yep. But yeah, that's my little spiel that I had. I just thought it was just in my mind, and I was just like, oh my gosh, because I just saw that, that she was getting the star, and then the kids were going up and, giving their speech, and it was such a really nice thing. And then next thing you know, I start seeing other things that were happening, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
Honestly, I didn't even know that she was getting the star until like it went public.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to go over and see that actually ceremony happen.
And because I think it was...
I'm getting older, and it's like, damn, when am I going to see like a ceremony that I actually want to see? Like, we live so close to the famous Walk of Stars. Like, that would have been one star that I would have been, okay, let me go look at it maybe.
What is it? Walk of Fame?
Walk of Fame stuff. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. And I think it was on a Saturday, maybe Friday.
No, it was Friday.
It was Friday. We totally could have gone, because there was fans there. There was fans that were, it was all barricaded, of course, because people can go. And it's historic. I feel like it's something that you're living through history. And don't they typically put like their handprints on it or something? No? Oh, no, that's at the Chinese theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like inside the Chinese theater, or outside? You're meaning like the Walk of Fame stars?
No, I was confusing the handprints with the Chinese theater. Because outside of the Chinese theater, I don't know if you remember that there's like different handprints or footprints of different actors, and I think it's just actors, but yeah.
No,
no, we have to go. But just to go check it out. Your cousin's star.
No.
Okay. ¿Sí? Y luego vamos al Chinese theater. Yes, let's make a plan. We'll plan a date, and then we'll take the metro, go to LA, because we've been wanting to do that. Maybe ya cuando no esté tan caliente.
But is never a good time.
I know. No, but I did really good today, though. I did really, really good today.
Welcome to the heat, guys.
Yes, guys. It's been really hot, but today we did really good. I did really good because I do really bad in the heat. My energy is drained, but I think it's because I was really looking forward to what we were working on. So we did some yard work. We were doing a lot of stuff, and it was good.
Así es, mi gente. Como ven, la Margarita me puso a hacer yard work at 95 degrees out there.
And with my nails freshly done, so...
I don't have my nails freshly done.
I know yours are probably mugrosas.
I know, and they have, como dice Gloria Trevi.
¿Qué?
Con la uña de mugre, or something like that, her song goes.
La uña de la... Yeah. La uña y la mugre?
Something like that.
I don't know.
Well, on another note, talking about the United States. What?
No, I was just saying, and I'm proud to be an American.
Well, if you think of living on your own in the United States, you know how much you have to make as an individual?
Yes, ¿cuánto?
Yes.
You have to at least make like a year?
Per year,
Per year, you have to at least make...
This is...
To get by.
To get by, yes. Nada que puedes ir aquí, que puedes ir allá. Just basically the minimum necessary things for you to live by your own.
Well, there's people that live on minimum wage.
Okay, but what is the minimum that you would need in the United States? This comes from PCN.
Okay, well here in California, minimum wage is 19.
No, in general.
In general?
Porque te voy a decir which ones is the highest days that you need to make and which one's the lowest days that you need to make. Or you're going to try and guess which ones.
Well, that's the thing, because it depends on the state. Not every state is the same.
Yeah, but take a guess. This is an estimate.
Okay, $60,000.
Negative. Ya para $60,000 ya estás haciendo un buen dinerito. Pues claro que I think in $60,000 you're able to make it out.
Hey, some people are struggling depending on the state again.
60,000?
Yes. Like 60,000 in California, it's probably like, okay, you're getting by. But if you are in another state where their minimum wage is really low and you're making 60K, then you're winning. Like you're making real good money.
Well, let's clarify this because for you, 60,000 could be very minimal, but for the PSN article, it's just enough.
Just enough.
Okay.
60K?
No. We're going to clear this up. We're going to tell you what California seems to be the actual mark that you need.
Okay.
But for most states in the United States, the minimum that you need to do as an individual is 45,000.
45,000
in the United States.
That's true.
Don't think about California only.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
All right. Which one do you think is the most expensive of the whole United States?
Like the state?
What state?
I think it's between Florida and California.
Negative.
Really?
Yes. This state, I don't think you will. Maybe you'll get it. Like the most
expensive? Then I'm wrong then because I still have New York maybe.
New York is number 4.
Okay, so not Texas because usually Texas is like everyone's rich out there.
No. Texas is not even on the 1 through 5. I'll give you this one. California is number 3.
Okay,
and
California
that is $56,825.
That's how much you should make to be good
as an individual. Yes.
Yes.
So 60,000, you were right, but 60,000, you're still making better than mates eat because tienes $400 más para spend on whatever you want.
No, mine is taxes and all that
Pero
stuff.
we're not gonna get there.
I have to get
aquí
it right.
Aquí nomás es para to have an idea. It's like, okay, I'm making this, or am I gonna make it or not to make it? Aquí vamos a informar a la gente. If you don't like the state that you're living, you have these other states that you might want to go to then.
And you know what's funny? Okay, just finish your thing, but I'll tell you what's funny now when you're done telling us your facts.
What will be number 1?
I think number 1, let's see. So we have Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Portland, Oregon?
None of those are in number 1 through 5. You gotta go east side.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is it on the east side?
Right
okay,
now.
On the east side, New Jersey.
No.
Hey.
Actually, I would just tell you now. You said New Jersey, but basically 3 is California, 56,825, and number 4 is New York, 55,878.
So what's number 1?
Keep on going. You still got 3 guesses to go from 1, 2, and number 5.
Did I get?
I gave you 3 and 4. No,
Florida's not on there.
Not through 1 through 5 right now.
Okay, so east. Because I know
you're rubbing all over the thing.
What else is in the east? Okay, Rhode Island.
No, I think New York should have helped you when I told you that was number 4. So let me give you this. Which one is the basketball team that I hate?
Boston.
Okay, but what state is Boston in?
Massachusetts.
Correct. That's number 1.
Oh, I was thinking Boston was a state.
No. Massachusetts. No lo voy a poder decir.
Massachusetts.
Aquí ando dando información wrong because I can't even say it.
So Massachusetts is what, number 2? Number 1?
Uh-huh.
Shut up. And you never really hear that Massachusetts is inexpensive. Yeah.
I don't know why we've never heard of it, but it is. It's $58,009 that you need to live as an individual there.
And California was 54.
56. And that's number 3.
Okay, that's
so
not
number
that much
2.
of a difference. Okay. It's still in the East Coast?
Number 2, no.
It's in the West Coast.
Yes.
So I would have to say Oregon. No, you said no. You already said no, Oregon.
No.
Not Utah, not Arizona. What's another one?
Somewhere where like it's 3 hours difference or 4 hours difference from California.
So that's East Coast.
No. We said West Coast already. So that was a hint. So what's another West Coast state that has a very
3 hours
different time period from us?
3 hours away is East Coast.
No.
I give up.
Hawaii.
Yes.
Exactly. That's what you were sticking to it. And I was telling you, no, it's on the West Coast. And there's 3 to 4 hours difference. I don't really know the difference, but it is a time difference. And that is $56,841. Y ya para movernos, the fifth one is Washington.
Oh, okay.
Washington is 53,242. Do you want me to go over again to refresh your memory?
No. Number 1 is Boston. Number 2 is... No, number 1 is Massachusetts. Number 2 is Hawaii. Number 3 is California. Number 4 is...
What's my favorite other state?
What's my favorite word? New York.
Yes.
And number 5 was... What's number 5?
I just gave it to you. Yeah.
Washington. You're helping me work on my memory.
Yes. Yeah. So those are the states, the most expensive states. So if you're already complaining about your state, don't go to those states because you're just going to even complain way more.
If you live in these states and you're working minimum wage, you're going to have a little side hustle. You're going to have to do a little side something, Get on TikTok live and say, Glizzy.
Charlie, hey, you just found out what glizzy was. So
yes, I did not know what glizzy was until now. Where did I find out? But yeah, glizzy.
Okay, so now for
and I have a question. See, I have a lot of questions about this whole livable wage, okay? Like, what are we looking at? Are we looking at a house, an apartment, or a studio where it's just like, shoulder to shoulder walls and
let's put it like this. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, but this is the minimum. We said this at the beginning. This is the minimum that you basically need to be able to live by yourself. So you're not gonna live a luxury life. You're not gonna live you're able to buy this or that. You're not able to probably own a new car around this year. It's almost like you're, in my state in Mexico, and whatever you have, you make it work.
I was gonna say, well, let me tell you what will make me feel comfortable.
No, pues nada de eso. That's what I'm saying. All of this. All right, so the states that you do want to live, if you feel that money, it's a thing for you, and you don't want to be dealing with I don't make enough. Take a guess on the first one.
Number one, Texas.
Negative. It is on the
Arizona.
East Coast.
Oh, on the East Coast?
It is on the East Coast.
It will be... I don't know.
East Coast. All
New
right.
Hampshire.
Te vamos a dar esta. You'll take your guess. I only have 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Number 1, West Virginia. 39,386. That's what you need.
Okay.
Yes. Almost 40,000. So let's say a reference 40,000. What age did you make 40,000? Just about or near it.
40,000.
Para darle a la gente. We're 18. ¿Cuánto te duraste para llegar a ese?
I want to say
número.
I want to say maybe I was like 25.
Really? Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
I think 25.
With one job?
At 25, I was just working one job when I was 25.
Dang.
And look, at some point I was working 3 jobs and I did not even make that much.
Are you sure about that? Because that don't make any sense. I was hitting that mark, but I needed 2 jobs.
No, because that's what I was working at B of A. Bank of America. Thankfully, thanks to your sister, she hooked it up with the job, and I was making. I don't know. You make the calculations. I think I was.
But you were near it.
Yeah,
that's the whole point. You were near it.
Yeah, I was near it, or maybe just a little bit above that.
So you needed around 7 years.
7 years, yeah.
To make that. Okay. Now that is crazy. Never, as you guys can see, we never talk about money or financial here between me and Margarita because I needed 2 jobs to actually make this.
And you had to because unfortunately they ended up laying me off and you were taking care of the finances for some time.
But again, like it's just crazy that, me being 26 to 27 at that time, 2 years older than you, I needed 2 jobs to make that amount. And you were going to you were going to still to university, right?
Yeah,
and you were working there and you were making that money.
And full time.
Charlie.
I'm just kidding.
You took advantage of me.
I did.
Pretty much.
No, because even though I got laid off, I was only unemployed for like 3 months. And then after that, I was like, me tengo que poner las pilas. I found a job, and thankfully, like after a year, I got paid. I got another job where, yes, I was getting paid minimum wage for a couple of months. And then after that, I ended up getting a supervisor job that was a little bit above minimum wage. So I guess it's always been...
I guess what I'm trying to say is that in my case, maybe it's just if it's a me thing or it's a man thing, I'm not able to just be like, let me move around kind of situation. You know, if si tenía algo asegurado, like I'm going to be there. If I needed to take those 2 jobs just to be secure that I'm able to make those 40,000, I'll just stick around more.
And take me on a vacation.
You're not looking very good right now to tell you.
I'm going to look what?
You're not looking very good because I'm giving you the example that I needed 2 jobs to do 40. Because honestly, yes, I stopped working 2 jobs and I tried to move to 1, but it even became worse. And it was around that same time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, I'm already working 2 jobs and I'm getting this much. If I can go 1 job and make the same, pero resultó que era peor.
Yeah.
It wasn't like me working those 2 jobs. I was working less hours and making that much money. And then the other job that was 1 job, I was working way more hours and just getting that money.
But that's because te la pintaron bonito, you know? Like they said, like you were going to be making all this money and then
but you see, that's where I come from. That, you know, it took me so long to be able to be like, okay, let me go ahead and move forward. Like make that decision and be like, let me move. Because I think it was harder for me to not feel not stable and saying like, okay, if I have 2 jobs, I'll work it and make that money. But let's move around. Let's move on.
I know. I was going to say, what was the second state? I'm supposed to guess. Let me guess.
Let's move on. Sorry, guys, for our japper. But again, like, pa que mire la gente, like, look, like, this is what happens in real life situations.
But tell me if it's East Coast and West Coast now that we're going back to the States.
Okay.
Next state. Quiz
Next state. Este yo no sé dónde está. Me voy a mirar medio foolish. Pero I think...
What does it start with?
I think it's in the Midwest, if I'm correct.
Midwest. I'm like, Alaska.
That's not Midwest.
Kidding, I know.
It starts with an A para ayudarte.
Alabama.
No.
Arizona.
No.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
It's not Arkansas, it's Arkansas.
That's a debate then, porque sí es cierto. Apenas escuché a alguien que dijo Arkansas y apenas escuché a alguien que dice Arkansas.
The S is silent. Let's ask Google. Hold on, pause. I want to see it. Arkansas.
And I think they even call it something different. Somebody from Arkansas calls it something different, que no? They say it like differently too.
See, Arkansas. No.
I think so. I just barely saw that.
Okay, let's listen to it. I found the video. You said what?
Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Arkansas.
You said one more time?
Arkansas.
Oh, okay. Arkansas.
Damn, okay. Sheesh. Lo tienes así de bobo como yo.
You said one more time?
All right, well, yeah, Arkansas. Sorry, Arkansas. Let me get used to this.
Hold on, real quick. I think there's another state que también that it's silent, but people say it incorrectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on from our English class. Okay. So this state, you need 39,724. So it's almost like, what, a $400 difference? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is in the Midwest, at least. Was I okay on that?
Where's Arkansas?
La que sabe cómo decirlo, but she doesn't know where it's
images. Let's look. Not pronunciation. Arkansas. Where are you? Arkansas.
I think it is in the Midwest.
Or
Northwest. I don't know what they would call it.
Yeah, I think it would be Northwest.
There is a Northwest, right?
Northwest.
No,
Orlando. This is South. West. No, southeast. Southeast?
It's in the middle, right?
Yeah, no, it's, well, I guess it's kind of in the middle. It's like more, it's like closer more to the, so I would say north.
No, I think it's Midwest.
Northeast?
No, I think it's Midwest.
West is this way. We're the West. So it would be more, I don't know. We have to go take a class on geography.
Well, it's in the middle. Hay que ponerle así. It's in the middle. All right. So the next state that's number 3, it's in the middle también.
In the middle? Texas?
La gente. No.
Oklahoma?
Yes.
Ooh, shout out to my Oklahoma people out there.
Oklahoma's number 3 for you to go live out there if financial's a thing for you. And that one's $40,211.
I can vouch for the Sooner State porque I have family that lives out there. And they're doing really well.
Okay.
Like they're able to afford a home, they have a good job and all that stuff. So
it's growing, huh?
And the thing is that
I think it is growing because I believe, if I'm not wrong, I believe Oklahoma basketball team is having a new arena.
Oh,
I think I just seen something like that.
Yeah,
and I think there's something new happening in Oklahoma. That is something with an arena or casino. No me acuerdo muy bien, pero apenas lo miré también.
I don't know. Hold up. Are you done with your states?
Those are my states.
There's something that I want to tell you.
Se quiere mover o se quiere quedar para que se vayan.
Yes. So can I chime in something real quick? Just really quick. How do you feel about LeBron James and Bronny James playing together this new season? I think it's so cute.
¿Cómo? Again,
okay, no. Let me ask this question. Let me ask this question again. Lenchito, how do you feel about LeBron James and Bronny James playing together? Father and son. First time ever in the NBA.
Depends what you want to see it as father or son, or if you want to see it what the actual sport is.
I'm saying they're making history.
Okay, there you go. So you're looking at it as father and son. You're not looking at it as the actual team, the benefit of the team.
Listen, as long as we can get a freaking championship this year and I can go to the championship parade.
With them two?
You think they're going to bump heads a lot?
No, I'm not saying that. But unfortunately, that what I've seen is that basically Bronny James was picked as a 2nd round pick. Mm-hmm. So that's already bad. Just because you want to be picked in the first round pick of the NBA.
Yes.
Okay.
And I saw that LeBron James was able to pick. I don't know how the whole pick happens, but they pretty much in the article. In the article it said LeBron got to pick Bronny James.
Oh, that's because again we go to the whole political
thing. The nepo baby.
Que tiene palanca James.
The nepo baby.
It could. Again, I'm not judging Bronny James. Pero that could have happened because obviously if he wasn't picked in the first round pick, but he was picking a 2nd round pick, and I think it was a pretty high number. Yeah. Maybe his dad was like, please just pick my son because he's not going to be very happy if he doesn't get picked.
Aww. Okay. Ahorita que estamos en esta, before, maybe we can talk about it right now, but I want you to finish off your states and stuff.
No, those are my states.
That was it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so guys, check out the states.
I think it had to do a little bit like 4th of July, going in
economy,
with it.
The U.S.
Yeah, U.S. a little bit. So that's why I brought it up for you guys.
Yeah, guys. So soon we'll be packing our bags and then we're going to be going to Arizona not Arizona. Arizona is affordable too.
Let me tell you, para que dijiste ahorita, I think I have Arizona. Espérame, para que digas if Arizona is affordable or not.
That's what...
Arizona, you need 48,677.
Well, there you go. We're going to Arizona.
It's still 50,000. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yes.
50 what?
You need about 50,000.
Okay,
6,000 less than California, pero todos modos.
Okay. Well, we'll see where we go. I say Texas. A lot of people go to Texas.
Pero pues, a ver qué.
Okay, so we either need to go to Oklahoma, we need to go to
West Virginia,
or
Arkansas.
Okay,
hey,
so
don't make fun of me. I just said it correctly right now.
I'm not gonna make fun of you. And you know the reason why I remember that right now, just really, really, really quick. So in high school, we would we would have to go to work to pay off for some of our tuition. And there was these vans where they would load up a bunch of kids. That sounds so bad. Wow. They would load up a bunch of kids from the high school, and there would be a driver, of course, and they would take us to the places. So they would, when they picked us up, íbamos, you know, the kids that were picked up, and there was the driver. They were talking about Arkansas for some reason. I don't know why they were talking about Arkansas. And the student actually corrected the teacher. And then
the driver.
But because sometimes there were like teachers that would drive and counselors and stuff like that. So the teacher said, no, she was a counselor. I think she was a counselor. She was like, Arkansas. And the kid was like, wait, what did you say? Arkansas? And he just kept going and going about Arkansas. So I was just like, I thought it was Arkansas too. I was like, now I know.
Now that's the reason why you're making fun of me, huh?
Yeah. No. Okay. I didn't make fun of you. I was like, wait, no, Arkansas. I corrected you.
Yeah, pero tienes esa little evil laugh, igual como el muchacho o el
No, it was so funny. No, yeah, but it was funny. It was funny.
Right, that's so what I remember. Go with your whole situation then.
Okay, so you know how like the whole nepo, whatever it is, NEPO babies, pretty much. Los kids que tienen, I mean, the parents que tienen palancas that they can give their kids some, advantages, right? So like Kim Kardashian and Northwest, the whole thing about her getting the role for Lion King. I don't know if you remember seeing that.
Ooh, no.
No? Okay, so let me give you a little background. So I guess recently Northwest got a role for the Lion King. I think it was like a play or a musical. And, she was, of course, maybe she got the role because her mom is Kim Kardashian or her dad is Kanye West. And people were making a really big deal about it. Like, there was, because you were able to see the auditions of the other kids. They were singing really well. You can tell that they practiced really, really well. And Northwest, well, you know what? She probably just had to stand there, just sing. And, you can tell that she didn't have much experience performing. Right. Okay. So I guess going along with the LeBron James and Bronny James, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's fair, or like how do you view that? The whole nepo baby or nepo, whatever.
And I think in those situations, you're always gonna experience it. Because what if I'm very good or my child is very good, but he's one of those people that are not able to get that role. Yeah. I think at the end of the day is still to motivate him, be like, okay, you didn't get it this time, you'll get it next time. Yeah. Or maybe it's not your time. Mm-hmm. And you'll get it during the future. Somebody's going to see that you're special. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, no, you're right. Because, everything happens for a reason, whatever reason you didn't get that role.
But going to your question, yes, obviously it's not fair. And you're going to be able to notice. And that's the time that we need to take initiative and be like, I'm not going to support them. Or, I mean, it's still kind of tough, Because, yes, maybe one person, this happened. But what about everybody else in that performance? Like, how can you take that full performance just because you're judging one person, not to try and support them?
Yeah. And see, I get it. Yes. But as a parent, wouldn't you, if you had that opportunity to have those palancas, you're looking out for your kid, right? Like, it's not the kid's fault. I feel like it's not the kid's fault that, they got that they get those opportunities. The parents are kind of, essentially looking out for their kids.
So the parents is in the fault.
Probably in the fault. But then if you look at it from a parent's perspective, you're just looking out for your child's future.
I do understand that. But I think a lot of people that don't view this and they don't understand it at one point in time, yes, you can do that at the moment, but what's going to happen when you're not around anymore?
Yes, that's the thing. But the thing is that you're pushing them to that. Hopefully in the future, they're able to get something on their own. You know what I mean? Maybe or maybe not. Because if I had the opportunity to do so, then I would take that opportunity.
It goes back to that episode that I told you about the guy saying, like, if my child comes up to me and says, look at this picture, and I go off and saying, oh, that thing is lovely, it's beautiful. I'm giving them that confidence and looking for that. They're looking for that feedback act like, oh, I did great. Instead of saying like, okay, what do you like about this picture? Like instead of making them think of like, okay, what was good about my picture, and able to carry this on for their whole life. And that time you're basically just giving it to them and they're not able to carry anything. They're just gonna struggle more. For me, that's what I think.
I know. And that's the thing. Like, there's always going to be, there's always going to be different sides to this. Like, it can be like, yes, you know, their parents have these palancas and they're able to, and then eventually they'll become successful, right? Like Kendall Jenner. You know who Kendall Jenner? Well, Kendall Jenner, the model.
We want them to be successful.
They want to be successful, but you know, I get it, right? They have their mom as their manager, most likely. So she's always going to find ways to make sure that her kids are always successful.
But the thing is, like, I guess you're looking at it as just an individual, but I'm seeing it just in general.
Yeah, like in the future, like what if you're by yourself?
Like me, my own, like myself, my individual, that I'm nothing in this world, correct? I'm looking at it at that way. Like if I will have a conflict, like if you're the person that you're that mom that it is enfadosa, que vas a su práctica para algo, or, you know, you're always pushing the coach, y el coach ya está harto de siempre oírte, and he just does it because he's doing it because you're not, because my child is actually the one that is performing correct. Like, it will bother me. That's what I'm saying. That's why I cannot agree to that.
Yeah.
Like, I disagree. I'd rather my child able to perform that way and learn the steps.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's just like I said, it's just different sides to it. And me, I think about it. I think yo me hago bolas in my own head. Like, oh yeah, if I had the opportunity to do so, I would definitely use it. Like if my kid really wanted to do it, like and I knew that and I was really close to the coach or whatever, and my child wanted to play forward in soccer, and they give them the opportunity. Yeah, like go ahead and do it, you know, so that they can have the opportunity. But yes, then there's that other side of like, okay, what if I'm not around, like you said right now? What if I'm not around? Are they going to be able to do it themselves?
No. For me, I say no.
I know. And you, I guess you won't know until you get to that point.
Because I've been in those situations. I've been in those situations that I have to make that decision by myself. And I'm able to make that decision quickly. I don't hesitate to make the situation.
See, and I guess there's an example here. My sister, the one that was on the podcast, we talked about my niece. We talked about how amazing she is. My sister, sister, if you ever watch this, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but my sister has exposed my niece to so many different, so many opportunities, so many things. And now that she's getting older, my niece wants to continue to dabble into different things. So right now she just got, I think it's like an internship or some sort of job for the summer. And it's something that she is interested in, that she's talked about in the past. She's talked about different things that she wants to do, like, well, when I grow up type of thing, I want to do X, Y, and Z. And you know, it's, of course, it's changing as she's getting older. But now she's actually going to be able to dip her feet into that and see if she's actually going to want to do it.
Exactly, because it's something that grown for her own. It grew from herself.
And it came from her own.
Exactly.
Yeah, it came from her own.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. Because what if she was the one telling her, oh, do this. And at the end of the day, she doesn't tell her daughter, oh, I know this coach, even though she herself as the mom knows that she has this palanca and she's able to offer this to her daughter. But she's not telling the daughter the whole situation. She's just making it believe. I'm just saying for an example. Come on, I'm going to tell you this. And I didn't bring this at the beginning, guys. And I haven't told you. Pero you guys saw Bueno Bueno last episode, hopefully.
Yes, but I have a bad memory. To refresh my memory.
This is what I'm going for. Okay. So if you saw the last one, Hans is running the marathon.
Oh, he is? Okay, I didn't get to watch the whole thing yet.
Oh, damn. So he's running the marathon. But this is the thing. And again, I'm not bashing anybody, but this is maybe a good example. And I feel it's a good example. Maybe. So he's doing it by himself. So now he got challenged by a caller. They call her, and she was like, "Oh, I just ran the marathon from San Diego."
Oh, okay, I heard that one.
Like,
I heard that one.
She was like, "Why you guys haven't done a marathon?" She told Saul, she told Hans, right? So they betted virtually by saying, "Okay, I'll run the next marathon." So for me, myself, I was like, what a great way to challenge Hans. So I'm challenging Hans to run the marathon for LA.
When is it?
March.
In March?
So I'm 260 pounds. He's 100 pounds lighter than me, probably, I want to say. But again, I believe in myself that I'm able to challenge Hans to run the marathon.
So you're going to do it?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Remember I told you let's do the one. I told you let's do the one in October in Long Beach?
I do not remember.
You don't remember?
No, but this is the thing.
Do it.
So I felt like it was a great way just to challenge Hans, to have that little challenge for him to be able to like go ahead and, you know, push himself. I'm not saying he's not going to push himself, but almost is like if you have a challenge, you're able to be a little bit more motivated, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And it was, again, maybe a challenge for myself and be like, shit, like, for him to see like, oh, damn, a 260 man wants to challenge me to run a damn marathon. And maybe I'm going to be whack at it. Maybe he's going to beat me. But I told him, Hans, I challenge you to a friendly challenge, but something in stake. He was like, okay, so what's in stake? I was like, $300. $300 in stake.
That's how much the race. That's how much it is to get in there. Oh no, it's like 100 something.
I think it's $200.
Did you sign up already?
No, but $200.
Okay, I'm going in there.
So that was the thing. He was like, okay, but I'm not. He was like still confused. Like, so what is it? I have to finish it, or that, you know, a certain time, or what? I was like, the challenge is that me besides you, whoever runs it the fastest. He was like, okay, I'll do it.
Oh, shit.
So bueno, and last one, nos vamos challenge.
Okay, I'm joining. I probably can't keep up with you guys, pero I want to do it. I've been wanting to do a marathon. Like, it's been a while, pero obviamente, físicamente, mentalmente, I haven't been able to.
But again, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't, like, yes, maybe you feel you're not ready, but in back of your mind, you're capable to be like, I will accept the challenge and do it. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's the example that I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's built. It's not, if you give it to somebody, it's not.
You're giving me ideas, content ideas.
But again, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, does it make sense what I'm trying to tell you? Like, it's more like, it's not C though. I feel like it's more able to grow than just being handed to someone.
No, yeah, I agree. But I mean, see, this is where I'm like, okay, but there's this other side to it where, you know, if something's just handed to you, not all the time is it going to be like, oh, well, you know what, everything else has to be handed to me type of thing. Because like your sister, she handed me that job. Like I didn't have to. Your sister didn't know my work ethic. She only knew that I was your girlfriend and that was pretty much it. And I could have totally slacked off and, you know, whatever. But I still pushed myself and challenged myself to go and get a job, you know?
Yeah, but I think when something's handed to you, when it's an individual that doesn't really know you, they see something of you or they know somebody that you know. So they're willing to take that.
They know something of you.
Oh, even somebody, see, again, like if you recommend somebody and somebody really respects you, they'll take them in. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I was that person that my sister respects me, so she's going to take you in, but it could have been, right? And again, it's vice versa. It just happens.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. Recommendations do really go a long way.
And again, maybe they don't know that's gonna, you know, be a benefit for themselves, but they're willing to take that risk.
Okay.
Yeah. Right? So we're moving on from LeBron James situation.
Yes. No. Yeah. That's the thing, because I would just wanted to hear like your thought about it, but I hear you out. I 100%.
I think I heard as well just lately this morning that James is going for free agency.
Yeah.
So that makes it a little iffy. Yeah. That makes it iffy. Like, Lakers, just get my son, please.
Yeah.
But again,
he's trying to go to another team, and I was just like, I thought he was going to retire with the Lakers, but his contract was for quite some time, que no?
No, all I know is like he's giving up And so they basically, it's almost like you're giving up the money and you're opting out of the money to go to free agency. That's what it is. And that's what he's doing now.
And that's a big shocker. That's why I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, and it could have been that the Lakers took him in because he asked for the favor.
Because he won what LeBron James, he wants another ring, right?
Everybody wants a ring.
Everybody wants a ring.
I mean,
yes.
if you're the NBA and you're actually passionate of the NBA, that's the main goal.
Where do you think he will go? Back to the Heat? No, where did he come from? He came from the Heat, no?
Yeah, well, he's been into the Heat, but I think he's going to go maybe to Oklahoma. I mean, not Oklahoma. Cleveland again or wherever anybody wants him. I mean, obviously...
He's going to be a hot price.
He's able to bring the revenue, a championship. For me, I would say maybe not to a team. Could be wrong, but I think it's more than anything he would bring money
in. But we will be able to see them play together, right? Like
that's if LeBron James doesn't sign with somebody else.
That's crazy. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, yeah, it's nice that, a father and son history was made, quote unquote, because if he moves, then it actually it didn't actually happen.
Do you think it's because they won't be able to afford them both? Because I'm sure, do you think that he's going to get paid a lot, Bronny James?
I don't know how much he's going to get paid. But.
Like the Ball siblings, you know how I feel like the dad was probably hustling a lot, pero su dad se ve de pocas pulgas.
But what does that have to do with hustling?
Meaning like you can tell that he works really hard to make sure that his sons get the opportunities that they need.
He created a brand though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But how is that poca pulgas? Because
he looks.
A brand.
What I'm saying is that, su dad se ve que es de pocas pulgas, meaning that he has an attitude type of thing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What does that have to do with him making the brand and his sons basically were the face of the brand?
Yeah, no, and what I'm saying is that ya casi no se oye mucho of the Ball family, yeah. So maybe because
at the end of the day, they made money. They made a brand stand out. Obviously, yes, not all of them are winning, but 2 out of the 3 are winning.
Yeah,
and most likely they got brand deals or they got business somehow, right?
Yeah.
So he got what he wanted at the end of the day, I feel like.
He needs to get together with Kris Jenner. Wait, she's still a Jenner. No, because I'm thinking, like, didn't they get divorced or something? What would be her last name anyway? I don't know. I'm just going off on a tangent now.
But yeah, definitely, I think a lot of people have that same curiosity of thinking like, how is it going to work out with the whole duo? And I saw a comment saying like, what is Bronny James going to call him? James or Dad?
Or Dad? What would it be, Dad? Right? Right on, Dad. I think that'd be so cute because I see that they have their own handshakes.
Yeah,
and I think that would be so freaking cute. But now you're in a professional setting, so it's like, what's that gonna look like? I'm really curious. I really, really want to see it happen.
You're just curious because it's a dad and son situation,
of course, right? Of course. I'm not looking at it because I'm not a sports fan. I'll watch it whenever we watch it together. But I just want to see how that's all gonna look, And I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to that. Like, oh, like what's it gonna look like? But now that there's this thing about like LeBron James becoming a free agent, it's kind of like, oh, it might not happen.
But I think there's just gonna be like a bunch of making fun of situations mostly, just like that one.
The memes are gonna come in.
The memes, but even like nobody's gonna really take them serious, I just feel like, for example, if they play a team, I feel like the way they're gonna try and break down James and get him out of focus is by picking on his son. Like play rough against him. I'm not saying his son's not able to like handle for himself, but that's gonna be a way to distract James in some situation. Maybe
he knows that, and that's why he's trying to become a free agent.
It could be.
I don't know. I don't think it
I
can
just
be
feel
that
like
serious.
there's gonna be a lot. Yes, it's a man team. At the end of the day, there's gonna be bullying.
But quién sabe? LeBron James is LeBron James. At this point of view.
All right.
But yeah. But that was the last Ni Nos Vamos topic. It was totally unplanned, but it worked out. It worked out fine because I feel like everything kind of connected together. So yeah, guys. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Don't forget to go to Spotify and Apple Podcast Music.
And listen to our beautiful little voices.
No, it's annoying voices.
But yeah, guys, we'll see you guys on the next one.
And again, happy 4th of July. Bye.